Hey guys, in this video I'm going to take you right back to the beginning and talking to you about the importance of your first 10 to 20 posts. Now, I cannot stress enough how important it is that the first 20 posts on your page look incredibly good. It really sets the scene for your Instagram account. Now, remember, you're going to be driving a lot of eyeballs and attention to your account, and when one of these potential customers or admirers of your account comes along, if they look at your page, it will really maximize your chances if what they see is aesthetically pleasing. If it looks really good, you're almost guaranteed to convert that admirer into a follower. Okay, so the top three things are that the aesthetics are of a good standard. Number two, if the stuff you're posting is relevant to them. And number three, if it's stuff they connect with and engage with and want to share. So you need to make sure that you're ticking all of these boxes. So let's look at these kind of first 10 to 20 posts that I did on stevejobs.official. And the first ever post I did was this one, tag a friend who's a crazy one. Now, because this was very early on, it only had kind of 48 likes, but it really set the scene of what people could expect from my page, and it got some good engagement. Actually, got 11 comments. So, I mean, it's not too bad for a first post, but the mistake was that anybody who was directed to my page only had one photo to look at, hence the number of likes. My second photo was much better. It got 81 likes ultimately and was really beginning to set the scene of what I was going to post. Had daily insights from Jobs, so think simple. Simple is harder than complex, which is one of his very famous sayings about simplicity. So I was already early on incorporating really good pictures with short and sharp quotes. So as you can see, you know, my kind of first 10 to 20 posts were very, very similar, and people knew what to expect from my account. And as you can see, it's really clean and consistent. It's got very consistent font and theme and colour kind of riding through it. So it kind of exploded from there. So let me just do a post for you just to show you guys how to post. Okay, so if you press on the icon in the bottom middle, and I've kind of pre-prepared this happy birthday Apple picture. So I'm just very, very simply going to just going to render it slightly. Something I tended to do very early on was take out the warmth, so that it had that very clinical Apple look about it, and just take the colour away a little bit, because that is kind of I suppose that's kind of the theme I was looking to run right from the off. Then you press next once you've kind of done some doctoring. You write a caption, so I'm going to write happy birthday Apple, because today actually happens to be the day that Apple was founded in 1976. So it's their 40th birthday, and you've got to get really savvy about the content that you're posting and making sure that if you are let's say, for instance, if you host a fan page and the very important date comes up for the person that you are posting about, you've really got to be on top of that. Right, so I've got a caption in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my notes and get some hashtags, which I'm going to talk more about later. As you can see, I've got a wide variety of hashtags for the Steve Jobs account, because, you know, it all depends on what I'm posting. Kind of depends on what hashtags I post for that picture. So I'll just copy these ones, go back to my Instagram. I'm now going to post this picture, and I'm going to add the hashtags in the first comment. I'm going to talk more about hashtags later, but you've basically got an allowance of 30 hashtags that you can utilize. And you've really, really got to use these, because you will be seen and be visible in the communities you want to reach. So if you put a hashtag with your post, then people searching for posts with, let's say, for instance, hashtag Steve Jobs, they'll see my post at hashtag Steve Jobs. If you're looking for hashtag motivational quotes, then my picture will also appear there. So you need to try and get as much exposure as you can early on. I can't stress that enough. It's really, really important you get visible. But I'll talk about that later in another post. But in the meantime, that is how you post on Instagram. I'll see you in the next lecture.